Hello, everyone. I want to talk about the current status of the DV 2022 winners, interviews, and lawsuit which is going on. Okay, so from October 1st, winners of DV 2022 started to do the interviews. And up to now, which is in April, we have finished the first half of the interviews, which is the first 6 months. So if you count it from April to end of September, we are left with a half a year, 6 more months to end the fiscal year of 2022. So the winners, yes, there is a little bit of speed compared to the DV 2021 or the DV 2020 because of the immigration suspension and so forth. So if you're one among the winners, what should you do at this particular moment? I've been hearing a lot of people, and they get scared that maybe the embassy in their country doesn't have enough interviews already scheduled for them. So for that particular case, it's just a unknown situation. I usually tell people you have to have some faith in this. Why? Because there is 6 more months. But don't use the DV 2022 to compare with the DV 2021 or DV 2020. Why you cannot compare the two? It's because the DV 2020, the interviews were conducted halfway, meaning the interviews started in October, November, December, January, February. In the month of March, the 6th month, then there was immigration suspension because of the COVID. That was the DV 2020. So the rest of the year, there are no interviews. So you cannot compare the full year versus the 6th month of interview. That suspension continued and it affected the DV 2021. So when it comes to the DV 2021, interviews which were supposed to start in October, that particular time didn't start the interviews. So October, November, December, January, February, March last year, no interviews were conducted. Interviews started in April last year. So again, the DV 2021 had only 6 months of the interviews. But the DV 2022 interviews started on time on DV 20 on October 1st, 2021 for DV 2022 winners up to now. So up to now is halfway interviews, and we still have 6 more months. That means April, May, June, July, August, and September. We have 6 more months. That's number one. Number two, you cannot compare DV 2021 especially or DV 2020 because especially DV 22. At that time, the cases of COVID were higher. There was no vaccine, or people didn't know how to go about it. So there are a lot of shutdown in many countries. So the US embassies were not able to operate in those particular areas. So saying all those kind of things, yes, the speed of the interviews currently, though it's going to be full year, will be different from the speed of the interviews prior to the COVID. Prior to the COVID time, were so many people allowed to go to the interview location, to the consular session. There is a room, you go there and wait. But now, those kind of things, there are restrictions. Remember, U.S. Embassy is a U.S. federal building. They still follow the protocol of the U.S. government and also the CDC on how to have 6 feet apart, to follow the guidelines of that nature. So for that particular case, the interviews are not so many interviews as used to be before the COVID. So that is still scary. But I have so much faith that so many people in the end will be called for the interviews. We still hope that. So that brings me to another question. One person asked me, because of this kind of delay, should I join the lawsuit of DV 2022? My advice, if I were in your situation, I will not join the lawsuit. Why am I not going to join the lawsuit? But you can decide on your own. I'm not your lawyer. You can decide on your own if you want to join or not to join. But I'm saying, if I were in your shoes, I will not join the lawsuit. Why am I going to do that? I'm not going to join the lawsuit. It's a simple, very simple reason. When they make the decision, the judgment of the lawsuit, the ruling is not going to benefit just people who join as plaintiff in the lawsuit. When the decision is going to be made, it's going to be made to affect all the DV winners of that particular fiscal year. And we have the practical example of that. The DV2020, the decision, the ruling was clear that this is the ruling. The US government should do the interviews of these people, the winners. But the judgment says clearly, the interviews will continue to be scheduled according to the law enacted by Congress, which means they will continue to follow the case number. So if your case number, let's say you are in Africa, your case number is 90,000 number, you are in the lawsuit, it doesn't help you, because in the end, when they make the decision, is going to benefit based on the case numbers. They are not going to jump everyone and allow you, because you're just a plaintiff, even if your case number is 120,000, to be put into, because you're a plaintiff, now you are given the visa. That will be buying the judgment. Because there is a procedure, there is a law under Immigration and Nationality Act that in order for people to be scheduled for the interview on the diversity visa, they have to follow the case number. So whether you are in the lawsuit, you are not in the lawsuit, what matters, the judgment when it comes out will follow the case number again, the same procedure. What people are suing is allow the interviews to continue until you reach the maximum of 55,000 winners or 55,000 visas. That's what people are going to argue in the court. It's not about let us win, but I want to give the visa to Ernest, to Johnny, to whatever Hamisi, to whatever name. No, it's just continue giving the visas according to the Immigration and Nationality Act until this maximum number is going to be reached. So if I'm in your shoes, I'm not joining the lawsuit, because I'll be wasting my money, because who is in the lawsuit there, the lawsuit will continue, and if the decision is going to be made, will benefit everyone in the lawsuit. That's me. But I don't say that you don't join the lawsuit. If you want to join the lawsuit, go and pay whatever that is your decision. I'm saying if I'm in your shoes, as long as I have the good case number, I'll take my chances to wait for the normal interviews for the remaining of the 6 months, or if the lawsuit goes and they win, which they win, I will still be able to be interviewed.